Out of grief can oftentimes come something very special and amazing, and that is the case with one holiday toy drive organized by a Denver mom after the loss of her daughter. Jessica Backus shares her mission of dolls for daughters and toys for boys. And when I read this, I was inspired. I mean, what you've done. So first, your personal tragedy and how this inspired what you're doing now.
Yes, so in January of 2007, I was 6 months pregnant with my second child, Kinsey, and she was stillborn. And still, it gets me choked up. But obviously, losing a child changes your life and what your kind of goals and you believe your mission is. And so if you fast forward from that January till December, I was looking for a way to deal with my grief.
Well, and for your emotions, to put something positive.
Yes.
Correct?
And I have an older daughter, Bailey, and so I came up with the idea of giving dolls to girls in our community, and I called it Dolls for Daughters. We gave Bailey a doll, and then we donated dolls to girls in our community and volunteered at a toy shop where we saw those dolls going to families in need, and it really made me feel some joy for the first time since I lost Kinsey, and it was such a beautiful way to give back and honor her.
What was the moment for Kinsey that you thought this would be so wonderful? Was it kind of like an aha? You know how when you get those ideas when you least expect it?
It really took 2 years of doing it. The first year giving away about 100 dolls, and then by year 2 it was between 500 and 600, and I saw the generosity of our community, and knowing that there was a need. It was at that point after the second year that I said to my husband that I wanted to create a toy shop, and I wanted to serve boys and girls in our community and offer these families a place to come where they could pick out new gifts for their children.
And you have a big event that's coming up to get even more, because you've collected, what, more than 20,000 toys each year?
Yes, so we really, the first year that we started this, it was just $10 dolls and $5 trucks, and as it's grown, we are filling not just the need of gifts for these kids, but we ensure that every child has a book, a toothbrush and toothpaste kit, and then this year every child will get a new toy, a stocking stuffer, the book, the toothbrush and toothpaste kit, and a Lego set.
And is that the event then?
Yes, on Saturday, December 5th. That's our toy shop.
People bring, how does that work?
So for the toy shop, we serve any family in need on a first come, first served basis. They are required to bring a birth certificate from anywhere in the world, but that's how we validate how many children that they have. And then they come in and they shop similar to being at a toy store.
And where's your location?
This year it's at the National Western Complex. We'll open our doors at 9 and we'll close at 5 or when we run out of toys.
And so what they need to know was that they have to bring a valid
birth certificate.
And that's for each child.
Yeah.
Okay.
The children don't have to come. Sometimes parents do bring their children, but sometimes they don't. For many of these families, this is the only gifts their children will receive, so they want to make it special for them. So their children stay home and these families come and get a shop.
And you also operate Kinsey's Kids.
Yes.
Now, and this is separate from the toy shop.
This is separate from the toy shop.
What is that?
So our Kinsey's Kids program is a program where we work with families for an entire year. We currently have 6 families in our program, and we help offset those needs for these families who are already taking the steps to create a stable environment for their children. So we pay for backpacks, clothing, school supplies, extracurricular activity fees. We've helped repair cars. So they're in our program for a year receiving financial assistance and getting the tools and the resources necessary to help them create a better life.
What made you pick dolls in the beginning, going back a couple of years?
It really was having 2 daughters, one that was living and one that wasn't, and deciding to give these dolls back. And the name Dolls for Daughters came to me at that point, with never thinking that 8 years later we would be giving away dolls and toys, and so we really give away anything for boys and girls ages birth to 18.
And this work is so important, not only for you personally, I think that's probably the big chunk of it, but also how now it's affecting others in a positive way.
Yes, I would say that, you know, when I speak to our volunteers, we have more than 300 that come every year, from kids as young as 5 all the way up to, you know, I don't even know our oldest volunteer. But I don't know if we all get more joy from the actual giving or our families get more joy from receiving. So I really feel like we're an organization that gives people the opportunity to give back and make an impact, and then we're giving to those in our community that are in need.
Oh, and your list doesn't end there. You also published a few books as we
did.
close, and
Yes.
those are?
So we are actually getting ready to publish our third children's book. When we decided to give away books at our toy shop, it has a huge cost associated with it. So we found a local publisher who was willing to work with us, and each year we've published our own children's books. They can be found on Amazon, and then all the profits from those books come back to our program so we can continue our work.
Day in the Forest, Silly Sally Show and Tell,
Yes.
and people can still donate.
Yes,
all
absolutely.
year.
All year. We accept
Okay.
donations all year. We will do a lot of shopping in the next 2 weeks. So if
Fun.
anybody would like to make a financial contribution, you can do that on our website. Or we have drop-off locations that are accepting toys for us through December 3rd, and those can also be found on our website.
That's awesome.
Yes.
You are truly an inspiration. See
Thank
all the
you.
good that you're doing, all the light that
you.
you're spreading. So you have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you.
You're
You
going to put
too.
a lot of smiles on a lot of kids' faces. So it's
Yes.
great. The 6th annual Dolls for Daughters and Toys for Boys Toy Shop. It's Saturday, December 5th at the National Western Complex. Doors open at 9 a.m., close at 5 p.m. or when the toys run out, so get there right at the start. To participate, you must have a birth certificate for each of your children. And there is no pre-registration for this event. Volunteers are still needed. For more information, visit dollsfordaughters.com. Here's the number, 720-722-3493.